Hey, what's up my crypto fans? So in today's video, we're going to go through part 2 of the Stablefund fiasco. Now, hopefully you've watched part 1, but if not, there's a link in the description below that tells you what the emails were saying and a little bit of information there. But in today's juicy video, we're going to go through what I think Michael was all about, why I think he set this whole thing up to be a slow liquidity drain rug pull, and what some of the moderators have said and some of the information that's out there. I'm also going to throw in a bit where he was lying from the start and his old failed projects. So if you want to collate all that cool stuff and more, stay tuned and let's go crypto. So before I start today's video, for those of you that are new to the channel, I'm Christian and this is Crypto OG, where I give you the news, reviews and overviews in the crypto, DeFi and NFT space. Also the mandatory bit where anything you see, hear or obviously choose to ignore is not financial advice. It is just me being nice. So with the mandatory bits out the way and the intros and disclaimers, let's jump into this bit of a dammer of a video. So where do we start with this doom and gloom of a video, which is not nice for anyone to be watching and seeing? But what I've done is collated a bit of evidence to bring you on a journey to why I think this was a slow rug pull or slow liquidity drain. Now, obviously from the evidence before, which I do show in the last video, but here is an email clip of the last email. And obviously we're going to start this journey out of the first kind of lie that he told, which is right at the early days of a clip that I'm going to show you here from the early Stablefund promo video.
Hi, I'm Michael, and I bought $20,000 worth of Bitcoin in 2010 when it was worth $1.40 each. $1.40.
So as you can see in that video, he is making a lot of promises about how he got rich in Bitcoin in the early days. But in just 1 second, I'm going to tell you why that can't be true. Now, also, I'm going to give you a bit of the background. Obviously, Stablefund was a platform where it promised you a passive income by staking your tokens and then you could cash them out, promising you big returns and big rewards. Now, me personally from this, I did manage to make some money. But again, looking at the kind of setup and tokenomics and stuff like that, I do think it was nothing more than kind of a pyramid that turned into a Ponzi scheme. But that's just my view. Let me know what you think in the comments. So from my research and what you've just seen in that clip of the video, Mike Paphos started Stablefund promo with a lie, obviously saying he bought 20,000 Bitcoin back in 2010 for a price of $1.40. Now we know this can't be true because all on-chain metrics, and if you go and dig into this yourself, we knew that in 2010 Bitcoin never broke the 40-cent mark. And obviously I can give you that information here from the internet and you can see where that information come from. Now, digging back into Mike's background, Stable1 was a failed project. This was his first project, and this makes sense about how Stablefund was born. So Stable1 was a failed project that could not pay the investors back. So when it failed, he couldn't pay everyone back. So he said, I've got to issue you a kind of S-Rocket token, which this is where it all starts. S-Rocket did actually do well and it did make people pretty much a lot of money. So with the money he made from S-Rocket, he cooks up this dream of another Ponzi tokenomics thing called Farmhouse. Now Farmhouse Miner, he does openly admit and say was based on that high risk, high reward. Now obviously if someone's building these kind of aspects which are quick, cash cows, cash book grabbers, these are just kind of pyramid Ponzi schemes to get as much money as you can. But obviously when you get into a coins, if you've not dug into the guy or done a lot of research like that, you're not going to know that's how he started life. Anyway, Stablefund started going well for a while. Even though some people were saying it is a Ponzi, is a scam months and months ago, Michael was saying that Stablefund's doing well. This is where shite starts really hitting the fan. So Stablefund announces it has to start, protecting itself, closing down, ready to go to V2. So then there's an AMA with, I can't remember the guy's name, on December the 27th to say the former mod for Stablefund was roundabout way saying that the founder is unstable. He doesn't really know know him that well, but he knows he's not very technical. Now, this is important because this is going to come into the first part of why I think he could have done more and why I think it's a rug. He said he's not surprised that you won't get your money back because he was the one that had to do a lot of the technical things and help him out with the smart contracts. Michael did absolutely no diddly squat. Now, this is important because after all of that, the latest update is that the mod saying that in Christmas, people are still getting strung along to saying you're getting a refund. Some people do start getting a refund, but that buys in more time to either get new investment. As you see in the first video, the hype of the 10k giveaway, the Times Square, all of that waffle is just a little cover up why he repositions himself to either exit or try and get a last bite of the cherry. Now, the latest that you can get off the Telegram is this here. Now, I won't read through it, but I'll leave it on the screen. You can pause it, but it just says pretty much hi all. He's blaming the investors again, saying it's come to his knowledge that the website's down, that the domain got blocked because of the FUD and FOMO that you, the investors, are causing. You think you're doing good, but it's causing more harm than wrong. But if you go down to this is the key part. He said if he wanted to rug it, he would have took the money out of the contract when it was 75 million, not when it was at 15, and he's already refunded 9 million. So that means he's either BSing, talking out of his backside, or he's trying to convince us that 6 million now is stuck in the exchanges, and that all the money that was drained before that all was just investors pulling out the money. Even though you know as an investor you couldn't always pull your money out straight away, you couldn't get your original chunk back, or sometimes you couldn't get your kind of staked or assets. Bearing in mind, he's got, if you said it was up to 75 million, then he's got a 75 million interest-free loan, so you know full well he's been taking some money out of the project. So fast forward into all of that, and hopefully you've just read this, so you've looked at the video now, you've seen he's lied about how he got Bitcoin, you know he's got 2 failed projects, you know he's also put some Ponzi scheme in with S-Rocket and Farmhouse, so you know this guy is literally setting himself up to really cash in on crypto, and he's making millions and millions while you're left with no refund. The latest update says it's all your fault and that he can't even get a website together, when we know that he, like I said in the first video, you can just put a website together quick, you can update people in the announcement, again, get devs or get a market kind of media manager to front this to keep everyone updated, but he has done none of that and blame the investors. So now comes to the conclusion of the video, and now is the bad bit, and this is the bit that I pretty much want to give everyone kind of a realistic view. Now, some of you are going to disagree with me, I know that. Some of you are going to say, oh, you're talking shite, Christian, and some of you are going to totally agree with me. But let's just keep the facts and stats are, no matter if you disagree or agree with me, you haven't got your money back. So until you get your money back, everything is ringing true, right? It's a rug, or it's gone, or the liquidity is gone, drained until you get your money back. Because we know here, if you look at these charts, chart 1, chart 2, all the liquidity has been drained out of the contracts. That's facts, right? So that liquidity is sitting somewhere. So can you honestly convince yourself that the guy with all that liquidity, saying it's stuck on an exchange, even telling you he took the liquidity out of the contracts, he didn't give that to the exchange, did he? Looking at all of that money thinking, I just really want to give this back. I don't really want to keep these millions and millions. I want to give this back to the community. Or does he want to keep the millions and millions, wait till the community goes quiet and hopefully walk off into the sunset? So this is why I've concluded my notes, and I just personally think that most of the team has gone now. So most of the team will have gone, the mods are gone, I think the devs won't really be around. From what the moderator said, his technical ability is low, so you know he can't even get to set up the refunds, or unless he's going to rely heavily on the contract developers. It's not something that was in his remit because the moderator was doing the refunds, not him, and the moderator's gone now. I think the whole thing was set up from the beginning as a scam. If you really want to dig into this, the fake addresses, the kind of PO box addresses, putting it into a British UK. If you have a look here on the company's house thing, you can see he's sort of like, I won't give the address, but you can see here he's just not filed anything from returns or anything like that, and I don't think he will do. And also I think until everyone gets a refund, this remains true, that it's a liquidity rug. You know, from the start until everyone really looks at it, the liquidity liquidity has been rugged out of it, so it's nothing more than a slow liquidity rug. So what do I think will happen now? Well, I think everyone will just get strung along with this. It's your fault, the exchange is not giving the money, and this will go on for months. Now, why do you think the noise is going to die down? Well, the bull run is coming up and the halving, so he'll think people will start getting distracted with that. He'll just string you along for months and months, and he thinks anyone keeps repeating themselves, they're going to get bored. So no matter how hard you try or how hard things get in, I just don't think you're going to get your money back. Now, I know there's some videos out there and some things that are saying that they got lawyers involved and that the federal are going to prosecute him, and it gives you a bit of opium, but let's really be factual about this. There's no hard evidence. Michael is who he says he is. We don't know if it's a front. We don't even know if he's actual real person, because he's cleverly hidden himself or not doxed himself throughout the whole process. So no matter where you are in the world, no matter what legal team you are, it's very, very difficult to prosecute a ghost, and that is just facts. So I think that is another part of his plan and setup. And lastly, which leaves me sick to say for all investors that are just trying to make a few extra bucks for themselves, is that the crypto has gone. It has gone. I personally believe that there's 99% chance that you are not getting that money back. A, you won't want to give it back, and B, I think he's out there hiding it, spending it, doing what he wants with it, maybe even cooking up his next harebrained scheme. So again, I really feel sorry for the investors that have lost out in this. I don't want him to give crypto a bad name. I love crypto. I'm in the space. I work with good projects that do well, and the team are pretty cool behind it. But unfortunately, this clown has been a bad actor. So I know it wasn't the news you probably wanted to hear. I've gathered you quite a few facts. You can make up your mind, do your own research. This, again, if you have a look at the latest announcement where he's blaming you and just making excuses, that is all signs of a liquidity rug pull. So again, thank you for watching the video. I hope you found these two parts useful. Probably a lot of the stuff you knew or you didn't, but again, I'm just giving you the news that I think the money has gone. But as always, on Crypto Ripto, trade smart, trade safe, and don't get wrecked.